Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. There are hundreds of other cryptocurrencies out there, but Bitcoin is like the original, the OG, and it's by far the biggest cryptocurrency around, which begs the question, what is a cryptocurrency? A cryptocurrency is a virtual currency based on a ledger, which is decentralized and secured by cryptography. Way back in 2009, when Bitcoin was first invented, most people didn't believe that it would be a viable form of currency. But over the last decade plus, as Bitcoin has become more and more popular, people are starting to say that maybe Bitcoin could be the currency of the future.
You're seeing a lot of crypto commercials, aren't you? Well, let's start with the basics. What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a digital currency outside of the control of a central authority. That means it's not controlled by Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America, and especially not the US Gov. But how? Well, Bitcoin utilizes this sexy new technology called blockchain, which allows transactions to be validated by Bitcoin's users. It's also decentralized. This technology is also revolutionary because for the first time, we're able to prove digital scarcity, meaning you just can't go creating Bitcoin out of thin air. It takes money and it takes electricity. Bitcoin is hard-coded to only have 21 million in existence, meaning you can't just copy and paste Bitcoin because the network would recognize it as fraudulent and reject it. Over the past decade, Bitcoin has had a meteoric rise in value because people are starting to realize that when you print unlimited money, it weakens the value of the dollar, and things that are scarce, like Bitcoin, begin to increase in value. So 1 Bitcoin will always be worth 1 Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin's price goes up, think of the value of the dollar actually going down. So what exactly can you do with Bitcoin? Well, think of Bitcoin like digital gold. You don't really go out and spin gold at Target. You just buy it and it appreciates. And it's going to continue to appreciate the more people realize the importance of its scarcity. People also find it valuable because it is a currency outside of any government system. And unlike gold, it's weightless and it's easy to transfer as sending an email. And I don't know if you've noticed, but society is growing increasingly more digital. And more people are beginning to value economic energy in its digital form. Bitcoin is the perfect monetary system because it can't be controlled by any government, company, or person. It's self-regulating and its structure makes it so that it can't be hacked and fraudulent transactions can't happen. If you want to learn more about this revolutionary technology, go ahead and follow me and I'll hold your hand and guide you into the future.
What is Bitcoin?
It's a digital asset
Okay.
It's a digital asset or digital cash
Okay.
using a decentralized ledger or platform, or in layman's terms sabihin natin ledger na lang.
Okay, pero may question ako. Bakit sobrang bullish ka sa Bitcoin? Sa dami ng cryptocurrencies nandun, bakit Bitcoin pa rin yung pinaka-paborito mo?
For me, digital gold. Number one, yung digital gold is store of value. And yung last, sinabi ko na sa'yo before dati, kino-consider ko siya ang USD or dollar ng cryptocurrency.
Okay.
So halos lahat, if mag-hold ka ng mga cryptocurrency, they calculate yung net worth mo based equivalent niya ng Bitcoin.
Okay. So last question ko na lang.
Sure.
Hindi ka natatakot na hindi naman siya scalable, mas madami pwede gawin sa ADA, sa Solana kumpara sa Bitcoin?
Mas hindi ako natatakot kasi for me, ang transaction ng Bitcoin is, so peer-to-peer siya. Ang transaction mostly is wala siyang NFT related, or wala siyang any digital asset na naka-attach talaga doon sa blockchain niya. So, okay. For me, mas safe siya kumpara sa saan ba? Sa Cardano? Hindi, Cardano.
Okay, maraming salamat. Thank you. Enjoy your meet.
Thank you.
What is Bitcoin?
Honestly, Bitcoin to me is digital gold. It's really the digital gold for our era and generation. I feel that everyone in this world should have a portion of Bitcoin.
But I have a question on that. Digital gold, but it's volatile. Do you get scared from the volatility?
Honestly, I don't think the volatility won't be a factor in the future. Right now, it's just a very small issue that we're facing. But the moment we scale up bigger, volatility would go down and we'll be always safe. I think digital gold is still...
What made you realize that Bitcoin is the future of storing assets?
Well, it's the mother currency of all cryptocurrency, right? So all coins are really dependent on Bitcoin. So everything is pegged to Bitcoin in some way. So obviously you do not want the mother currency to fail. If that fails, then a lot of cryptos will also go down with it, unfortunately. That's my perspective on Bitcoin.
For people in Southeast Asia that are skeptical about cryptocurrencies, any words of wisdom for them?
But honestly, if I understand the skepticism around cryptocurrency, but do your own research always. Do your research and check out crypto exchanges, learn a bit more, educate yourself. With that, you shouldn't be worried about cryptocurrency anymore, honestly.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What is Bitcoin?
What is Bitcoin? It's a cryptocurrency. It's a form of virtual currency.
Okay. Is it legit?
Of course, it's legit. I've been buying it for quite some time. Pero aside from that, it's the first cryptocurrency eh. So sobrang sobrang OG.
Okay. But what makes you like it? Why do you like it? There's a lot of investments. Why is it something that you think is investable?
I think beyond just the technology, the whole mindset of decentralization,
Okay.
I'm a big fan of it. And me is more to Web3. Shout out to Web3 PH guys there.
Okay.
Yun talaga yung biggest yung interest ko on it. More than the making money part, that was kind of the first talaga ng most people eh. Parang, it's a quick way to make money. But that for me, that's not why I'm into it. It's the technology and also the mindset of the people.
Wow, one of the best answers I've ever heard so far. So thank you.
Sir.
One word for people that are scared about Bitcoin.
Naku, follow lang Sir Marvin.
Naku,
You'll learn more.
Patay tayo dyan. Okay, salamat.
And I dare to think about.
This is a great list, don't get me wrong, but it's in the wrong order. You can't start with DAOs. Let me help you out. This took so long to type.
So what is Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is the next generation of iteration of currencies. So it's gonna be the future of paying for everything else.
Will Bitcoin beat the dollar?
It already does beat the dollar right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it safe though? The dollar doesn't fluctuate. Bitcoin fluctuates.
Oh, the dollar doesn't fluctuate, but the trust in the government does. So
Okay.
Bitcoin is safer than ever. The security is like in the tech itself, not backed on any government.
So for the long term, you have say $1 million. Where will you put it? Stack it in dollar or buy 1 million worth of Bitcoin right now?
Buy $1 million worth of Bitcoin, definitely.
Okay. If it drops, what do you do?
You hold.
Okay. For people who are not too knowledgeable about Bitcoin, what's your suggestion?
Learn about it, do your own research, and definitely only invest what you can.
What's the best wallet to store Bitcoin?
Pitaka, basically.
What's Pitaka?
Pitaka is a non-custodial multi-currency wallet. It is created by Tetrix. You can use Bitcoin and XRP and all other blockchains connected in the Pitaka itself.
Got it. Thank you.
Thanks.
All of my friends are talking about Bitcoin, but what is it? Bitcoin is a digital asset that helps people store wealth and transfer value without any bank or institution in between. Does that matter? To a lot of people it does. Think about people from other countries who want to send money back home to their families without the high fees. That's pretty cool, but is it legal? Absolutely, it's legal and regulated in most parts of the world. But I heard it's really bad for the environment. Actually, the miners that secure the Bitcoin network are using an increasingly growing percentage of renewable energy. But there's so many other cryptos. What makes Bitcoin special? While it's been around and continuously operating for more than a decade, it's secure and it's decentralized, meaning that there isn't one entity controlling it. Wow, where'd you learn about this? I follow Erica and her friends at FTX.
What is Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin is probably the most perfect piece of property that you could ever own. Think about it. It's something that's weightless, takes up no space. You can send it as easily as sending an email. You can loan it out or borrow against it to make money from it. It's not controlled by any bank, company, or person. It's scarce, and people naturally covet scarce things, which makes it valuable. And if stored properly, no one can take it from you. Want to know more about Bitcoin? Follow me to learn more.
What is Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is a tool. It's a virtual currency, and the primary use case of it is that it's censorship resistant, decentralized, and therefore I think it's a tool for freedom.
Okay, it's a tool for freedom. It's game-changing technology, but it's volatile. What do you say to yourself every time it goes down? What do you do when it goes up?
I tell myself all of this has happened before, and all of this will happen again. Once you've been through a couple of bear cycles, like you kind of you kind of understand it as a kind of a long-term volatile thing.
Okay.
Every new asset class will start as a very volatile thing.
Okay.
It's taking up share of the global economy, and It's brand new, so of course it's gonna be volatile.
I'll put you on a spot as an NFT person.
Yeah.
Will Ethereum flip BTC?
Well, Ethereum flipped BTC. I feel like I don't like to talk politics. No. I think they have two very distinct use cases, right? I think Ethereum is the computer of the world, right? And Bitcoin is this tool for sovereignty, right? It's a tool for financial freedom. And so, I don't know. Well, both of those are really big markets. I don't know which one's larger, right? Got it. Global freedom or like global information and decentralized applications. Both of them are gigantic markets.
I'll make it easier.
Yeah.
Bitcoin or YGG?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's like asking between my children or something. Yeah.
Got it.
No. Again, very different. I think YGG is much younger and we have a lot more to prove versus Bitcoin.
Got it. Spoken from the crypto PH.
Yeah. Thank you, Marvin.
I should say.
Yeah.
What is Bitcoin?
Okay.
Top of your head. What do you know about
Bitcoin
it?
is a cryptocurrency.
Okay.
That we are using it. I believe it's a top currency right now.
Okay.
And I'm into Bitcoin.
Okay.
And Ethereum. I love it. So I invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Okay, pero you're not scared about it?
No, I'm not scared.
Because
for me, I trusted that currency.
Okay, pero not a lot of people are investing in it. Why do you trust it?
For me, I'm not just thinking for now, but I'm thinking for the future.
Okay.
Because it will, for me, as what I've learned.
Okay.
So it can be have a greater impact for the future. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency.
Okay.
That's just my suggestion. That's
In one word, what is Bitcoin to you?
For me, currency, future currency. I don't know. Okay, I didn't see.
Bitcoin love life.
Huh?
Bitcoin love life.
Both.
Okay.
I'm
Good
sorry.
answer. Thank you.
Bitcoin, it is an Excel spreadsheet that lives on the internet that has everyone's money on it, and then you can spend if you have your password, and then it inflates at about 2% a year inflation to pay people to keep the spreadsheet honest. And that's it. That's all Bitcoin is. So what is Hex? It's that with two changes. Instead of inflating to pay people to secure the network, we inflate to pay people to secure the price. So our inflation goes to people that lock their coins up so they can't sell them, so the price goes up. And instead of using Bitcoin miners, we use Ethereum miners. And that's it. There you go. I've just explained all of Bitcoin to you, and I've just explained Hex to you. It's really super easy and super simple.
This is the best explanation I've ever heard in my life of what Bitcoin is and why it's important. Check it out.
What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the world's first cryptocurrency, and it works because of the world's first public blockchain network. What does Bitcoin do? It's simple. It lets you send and receive value to and from anyone in the world using nothing more than a computer and an internet connection. Now, why is it revolutionary? Because unlike every other tool for sending money over the internet, it works without the need to trust a middleman. The lack of any corporation in between means that Bitcoin is the world's first public digital payments infrastructure. And by public, I simply mean available to all and not owned by any single entity. Now, we have public infrastructure for information, for websites, for email. It's called the internet. But the only public payments infrastructure that we have is cash, as in paper money. And it only works in face-to-face transactions. Before Bitcoin, if you wanted to pay someone remotely over the phone or the internet, then you could not use public infrastructure. You would rely on a private bank to open their books and add a ledger entry that debits you and credits the person you're paying. And if you both don't use the same bank, well, then there'll be multiple banks and multiple ledger entries in between. With Bitcoin, the ledger is the public blockchain, And anyone can add an entry to that ledger, transferring their Bitcoins to someone else. And anyone, regardless of their nationality, race, religion, gender, sex, or creditworthiness, can for absolutely no cost create a Bitcoin address in order to receive payments digitally. Bitcoin is the world's first globally accessible public money. Is it perfect? No. Neither was email when it was invented in 1972. Bitcoin's not the best money on every margin. It's not yet accepted everywhere. It's not used often to quote prices, and it's not always a stable store of value. But it is working, and the mere fact that it works without trusted intermediaries is amazing. It's a computer science breakthrough, and it will be as significant for freedom, prosperity, and human flourishing as the birth of the internet.
What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a decentralized currency called cryptocurrency. You know when you're buying coffee with a credit card, you're sending money from you to the seller, right? Yeah. Wrong. Your bank is sending money from your bank account to the seller's bank account. 5 minus 1 carried to 2. That's centralized control. Banks have all the power and can charge you fees. And central banks can print more money and give it away as bailouts whenever they like. What the hell? When you pay with Bitcoin, you're sending money directly from your Bitcoin wallet to the seller's Bitcoin wallet without the middleman. Who verifies this? A decentralized network of miners all over the world checks and verifies your money's move. It's all open and transparent. Yep, checks out. So no one can tell a lie or cheat or fake numbers like central banks? Yep. Decentralized control is the most democratic form of currency, and central banks and governments can't manipulate it. I'm still confused. Follow for part 2.
What is Bitcoin to you?
What is Bitcoin to me? Bitcoin is gold on the blockchain. It's the future. It's the future of money.
Why is it the future?
Why is it the future? Because we've been using fiat and like centralized currencies for so long that this is maybe it's not the final product that we're gonna see in 100 years, 1,000 years, whatever. But it is certainly a step in that direction.
Do you get scared of the volatility?
No, I don't. I think I've got a good amount of investment in Bitcoin, and I'm pretty confident that it will be the one moving forward. But again, who knows? Who could tell the future? But regardless, it is great.
Got it. Last question. To those who are scared to enter into this, anything that you can impart to them?
Sorry, I'm on a call right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, continue. I muted them. Don't worry. I muted them for you.
Okay. To those who are scared to enter this space, anything that you want to impart to them?
Just start off. Put $10 in. Put $5 in. Put $100 in. Put whatever you can in, and get a little skin in the game. It's the same like stock market or anything, right? If you're interested in a stock, if you're interested in anything, put a little skin in the game. Again, even if it's $5, whatever.
Got it. Thank you so much, Marcel.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard of Bitcoin, but do you know what it really is? Bitcoin is a digital currency. It was created in 2009 and is the first digital currency in the world. It was founded by Satoshi Nakamoto, and no one knows who they truly are. This cryptocurrency was created to enable easy, secured transactions with no intermediaries, trying to eliminate certain problems that exist within our system, like scams and identity theft. When you think about it, a lot of things that we do have to go through intermediaries like a bank, government, or a company. But Bitcoin doesn't need a middleman. I could pay you directly using Bitcoin. Bitcoin uses a technology called blockchain that helps ensure the trustworthiness of the transaction. It also has a limited supply, which is why it's called digital gold. Bitcoin has truly become a pioneer of the cryptocurrency revolution.